When healing turns into avoidance, the moment laughter becomes camouflage. There are people who laugh when they are hurting, not because the pain is small, but because the truth feels too sharp to hold with bare hands. They smile so others do not worry. They joke so no one looks too closely. They stay light so the room never becomes heavy. And for a long time, it works. Laughter turns into armor. Humor becomes the safest translation of emotions they were never allowed to speak. It starts as a method of coping, as a way to stay strong, but slowly it becomes a place to hide. You never intended to disappear inside your own laughter, but the mask grows familiar. So here is the quiet question. When does a coping mechanism slowly transform into a hiding place so quietly that the shift goes unnoticed? Sometimes the happiest reaction in the room belongs to the person breaking the most. Laughing through pain began as survival, not performance. You learned early that expressing hurt led to consequences: mockery, dismissal, punishment, or silence. So you redirected the sting into something softer, something everyone could accept. A joke instead of a confession, a smile instead of a tremor, a laugh instead of a wound. And it felt like relief. Humor made the moment breathable. It diffused tension that was never yours to carry. It protected the people you depended on. It kept peace in rooms where truth had no place to land. Laughter stitched the parts of you that were shaking. It made you likable, approachable, the easy one. People loved the lightness you brought, the way you turned chaos into comedy. For a while, this identity felt like power. You cannot hurt me if I laugh first. But peace comes with a fragile cost. The more you laughed at the pain, the harder it became to name it. The more people enjoyed the mask, the more difficult it felt to remove it. Peace arrived, and with it came the fear of losing it. You were not hiding, you were coping. You were trying to stay alive in an emotional language no one ever taught you to speak. Here is where the shift happens, not loudly, but quietly. Laughter stops being a choice. It becomes automatic, reflexive, almost rehearsed, even when you never meant to rehearse anything. Someone crosses a boundary, you laugh. Someone makes a cruel remark, you laugh. Someone interrupts you, dismisses you, talks over you. You laugh as if the impact never landed. Someone hurts you, even deeply, and the laugh escapes before the emotion has time to register. Jokes become shields, humor becomes distance. Smiling becomes a habit you no longer control, a trained reaction your body performs before your mind can intervene. People assume you are fine because you sound fine. They assume you are strong because you never show the crack. They assume nothing touches you because you never flinch. You become the resilient one, the one who can take anything, the one who never makes the room heavy. And slowly, something internal begins to shift. Your laughter stops connecting you to people and starts disconnecting you from yourself. The mask becomes so practiced that even you cannot tell when you are hurting until long after the moment passes. You notice that you cannot stop giggling during serious conversations, even when the topic deserves stillness. You find yourself apologizing through smiles. You soften every truth with a joke so no one thinks you are too much. You downplay your own hurt before anyone has the chance to misunderstand it. You start saying, "It's fine," to things that are quietly breaking you. You feel discomfort, but translate it into humor before the feeling can speak its full sentence. When did protection start protecting you from connection? When did the laugh meant to save you begin swallowing the voice meant to express you? The drift is quiet, invisible, and even logical, but it steals something essential: your ability to recognize pain before you deflect it, your ability to feel before you perform, your ability to be real before you hide behind the sound that once kept you safe. You feel lighthearted on the outside, but numb on the inside. Calm, but not grounded. Functional, but disconnected from anything that feels real. The laughter softens the moment, but it also erases your needs before you even recognize them. Humor helps you survive the pain, but it also hides it from you, pushing the truth further away each time you choose a smile over a feeling. Over time, you begin to lose touch with what genuinely hurts because every emotion gets filtered through a reaction designed to keep the peace rather than honor your inner world. People bond with your entertainment, not your truth. They see the spark, not the wound. They admire your lightness, but never imagine the shadows behind it. You keep people comfortable by keeping yourself invisible, offering warmth while withholding the parts of you that have never felt held. You adjust your voice, your timing, your presence to match what others expect. You show up for their comfort, even when it costs you your own. Laughing interrupts feeling. Pain never gets named, sadness never gets expressed, discomfort never gets processed. Every emotion that should have been released becomes trapped, quiet, compressed, reshaped into something easier for others to consume. You swallow what you should have spoken, and your emotional world becomes a storage room of unprocessed moments. You begin to fear that if you ever stop laughing, the truth will pour out faster than you can hold it. Your body begins bracing even during laughter. Your shoulders tighten, your jaw locks, your chest feels heavy beneath the sound you are forcing out. The nervous system learns to perform lightness while carrying heaviness. Stillness starts to ache. Smiling feels like work. You find yourself exhausted from the effort of appearing fine, even when no one has asked you to. You become the funny one, the strong one, the resilient one. But none of these describe your actual emotional life. You become the entertainer of your pain, not the witness of it. The identity that once protected you slowly becomes a cage, convincing you that your real feelings would only burden others. Safety without honesty becomes another form of loneliness. If childhood taught you that expressing pain brought punishment, shame, or silence, then masking it became your emotional first language. Pain became a joke, fear became a smile, hurt became laughter. Your body learned this long before you could question it, long before you understood that your reactions were shaped by survival, not preference. The habit formed quietly, as a protective reflex that kept you safe in environments where honesty felt dangerous. You began associating showing hurt with risk. Vulnerability felt like exposure, and exposure never ended well. But laughing it off, that brought safety, approval, neutrality. It softened the moment before anyone else could twist it. Can freeze the moment instead of freeing it.